Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Another custom battle. This one from Bono Nobel, who gave me the idea live in chat. And it was a specific request for a 3v3 with modernised Dreadnoughts. Austro-Hungary versus Italy. And I'm sure we can oblige. Now, one thing I will do with this, unusually for me, I'm going to go with Citadel 4. Turtleback, because we're going to try a resistance stacking build with maximal kind of just chunkiness, and we're going to go for beam, increased draft, reduced as well. I think this is going to be our basic setup. This is going to be our strategy. We're going to go fat. We're going to go chunky. Tower. I'm going to go for the... I might as well go for that one then. I wish they had one that was flat on the back. I don't like the ones that come in like that as much. And that's simply so you can make a nice kind of... Look at that. That's a tiny tower. That's the tiniest tower. That is minuscule. That's funny. Do you know what? I'm going to use that just for fun. I know it's not very good, but I don't know. There's something funny about it. Right. And then funnels. Where's my smoke? 72. Probably get away with one of those, but they don't fit. Sadness. One of those then. We've got loads of smoke spare. We'll probably have also plenty of engine efficiency. But yeah, we're going to be going 25 knots. And I know it's not 100%, but 99.8 is close enough for me. Here's the baby tower. What is our resistance up to, actually? I've forgotten where it shows you. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Resistance, 163. So we take minus 91% gun damage. Very nice. Right, gun-wise, it's 1940. Now, these are modernised Dreadnoughts, so I'm going to go 15-inch guns. Because obviously these are older ships that have been upgraded later. Even though a 15-inch gun looks absolutely minuscule on this hull. There. I'm not going to be excessive. Just 8 guns. Nothing shocking. Right. Casements aren't really going to do much, but I hate leaving them out. So we're going to bring some 6-inch guns, because it's the smallest ones I can fit. Bobbit. 4, of course. We're going to increase AP. Troop out of 3. Super heavy TNT 4 shells. Capitalistic. Now, normally, when I'm doing a campaign and I'm going for a tube powder ship, I'll go for high capacity tube powder shells. Because if you fire them at, like, if you fire a 15-inch tube powder super heavy high cap, high capacity HE shell, HCHE shell, at, say, a destroyer, you will completely obliterate it instantly. However, I'm not fighting destroyers. I'm going to go capitalistic. just for the fun of it. And we did do that last time in that World War One fight, and that was pretty good. I'm just noticing the weight is getting there. We're going to skip the acoustics because I'm not going to give them torpedoes. And why are you bothering with an anti-torpedo protection 5? What are you doing, sir? Well, that is just to get the increased resistance. It is very, very heavy, though, so I might turn it down a bit. In fact, I'm going to have to, because we do want the armour. It's only a 5.5% resistance buff, but it's also 7.5% floatability buff, so it is worth it. But no, we want a chunky armor scheme, 2010 on the turrets. Talking my language game. Let's go for... I'm going to go... This is almost 10, actually. I'm going to go for a 2010, 22, 11. This is going to be a chunky ship. Yeah, 5.5, 22, and I don't mind sacrificing the torpedo, to be honest. We'll just bring a little bit. There, something like that. Why is the game running so slowly? It's just the main gun thing. Right, 4-weight offset, so we'll shift everything aft a little bit. Oh, one thing I have forgotten. Can fit guns in there, which I probably should have done. But too late now. I balanced the ship, but it's just going to look a bit weird. Yeah, they do look tiny. I also remember I have made this this hull extra wide, which makes it look even smaller. But there we go. We have the Ladislaus modernised dreadnought. Chunky lady. Right. To the Italians. Now, if you see my Italian campaign, you can probably guess what I'm going to do here. They have a very different philosophy. They're going to go for reduced beam and draft. They're not going to go for the biggest, longest ship. And they're going to go for speed. Just like I did on the Italian campaign. So this is going to end up looking very similar to the Enzo that I built in that campaign. I reckon. Obviously, with 1940, we can maybe get a bit of extra out of it. So this one's going to have 15-inch triples. So it's going to be a battle between the two standard layouts. And yes, I know I would normally do let the AI design the ship, but I think in this case I'd quite like to do it myself. So we're going to go oil. We're going to stick with good old-fashioned steam turbines because it is an older ship. Also, you can get pretty good speed out of them. 66 means we get one of those. And how fast is she going to go? Ooh, 30 knots. Pretty good for a dreadnought. It's going to have regular crew. She's going to be spacious because it is Italian luxury. See, this is where I kind of need the AI to do its thing, but it might be interesting to do kind of two of my own types of ship fighting each other. give them an anti-torpedo 3. Oh man, they're going to have great armor as well. It's going to be 89 for them. Probably. They got... you want more bulkheads, that's why. There we go. 2 very heavily armoured ships, to be honest. This is going to be interesting. The Avanti. That's not a bad name, actually. Yes. There we go. Just has a bit of a four weight offset problem. Again, how? Sometimes the game is just so weird with how it does that. It's one of the reasons why I want, you know, small towers are pretty beneficial in that regard. It's just going to have a four weight offset. I'm so sorry, Italy. Like, there's nothing else I can do. Dearie me. Right. Let's go. Enough dithering. Double diesels. If you're playing the campaign, double diesels is a really good option if you can afford it. Diesels are quite expensive. Ballast, I don't know actually. I haven't heard anything about ballast, but I haven't checked the forums in a couple of days, so they may have maybe some. Whoa! They didn't change the range. Oh well. 3v3. Let's go. See who has the better design philosophy. Is it Austro-Hungary with their ultra fat thick ships? Or is it Italy with their fast high-end ships? You're on Team Thick. Well, Team Thick's certainly getting the better of the early stuff. Massive hits. Jesus. Like, these ships are well armoured. Like, they don't have crap armour. We are just punching through it. It's insane. Fire and flooding. Yeah. Italians have actually racked up more hits on us, 52 of them, but they are not doing the same amount of damage. Don't worry about it. Like, it would be cool. And they are always looking at how ships are balanced and stuff. I think what you may be thinking of is we will have the ability to change the size of the armor belts. So we'll be able... I don't know if we can shift them forwards and backwards as well. That would be cool. But it allows you to do things like the Nelson, which had her turrets all at the front, because that meant that they could have a very short armoured belt and save weight. At least that was the idea. Poor old Avanti. Just getting brutalised. And she does have a 16-inch Main belt plus 120%. But yeah, super heavy tube powder shells. Don't muck around. Down she goes. Mind you, that's what's being fired back. And it's just not doing the same thing. So just that little bit more. Well, a little bit more. And I have to be honest, that resistance stacking, I mean, you can see the difference. Like here, the Avanti, when she was taking pens, she was taking 150 to 200 damage a hit. Us, when we get a pen, it's doing about 30. Just unfair in terms of how that plays out. And this does work. The resistance stacking builds, it does work. Can be countered though. You have to watch out for things like torpedoes, and you also have to watch out for your ships exploding from under you. Flash fires and that. Armour is OP. I mean, the Italians could have gotten away if they wanted to. They can do more or less 30 knots. So they could have avoided this battle entirely if they wish. So it is perhaps a little unfair. But yeah, if they are forced to engage, they ain't doing so well. Oh my goodness. And cost-wise, by the way, 222 for the Italians. And, yeah, 538 for us. So these are way more expensive ships as well. So not really fair. Probably should have doubled or even tripled the number of ships the Italians had to make this fairer. But, yeah. Thick ships do work. They do work. Just see the Italian shells bouncing off. Yeah, that would be cool. A budget slider for the AI, but of course in the campaign they do have a budget. It's up to them how they spend it, of course. Poor old Benedetto getting completely savaged. And sunk. Sad, but yeah. I mean, those Italian ships not bad, and of course, yeah, significantly cheaper. Yeah, you could build 2 of those. 2 and a bit for every 1 of those. Still. Like that is a chunky monster. How would you go about taking one of these out? If you're watching this on YouTube, how would you go about taking one of these out there? You could, you know, you'd be tempted for a torpedo attack, especially because I didn't put any acoustics on. But other than that, what would your approach be? Just more ships? Anyway, I'm interested. Let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.